Hey guys, Cold here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. So, I want to tell you guys the story of how I got top 100 into Platinum Arena. This didn't happen the past reset, but it was 2 resets ago. We did have a recent change to the arena, okay? If you guys remember, actually 2 recent changes. If you don't know the whole deal about it, let me just explain it to you, all right? The way that it worked is that arena, you would win points and lose points, and it was just... there were some problems. Everybody was stuck. There was actually a week reset where nobody was into Platinum. All right, that was the deal. Then they went in and did the mandatory 5 losses, and then anything above that, you didn't lose any points. And now they've noticed that Platinum was reaching up to 7,000 rating to get into Platinum, and it's probably gonna be close to 6,500 by tomorrow morning, from what I'm seeing. And I'm quite far away, so I don't even know if I can push for Monday morning. It all depends on the next 2 days. They went in and did another one, guys. They did another change to the arena, and I'll show you exactly what that is. If you see my defense, by the way, it's my Paragon plus another 3 just for fun, and my battle log actually shows some wins, all right? But the reality is that I do have some losses as well, and it's not just the 3 from what I believe. I think there was even more, and I think the most I've seen on my own defense log was 7 defeats. And I think it's even more. Some have mentioned that it's 12 defeats maximum now instead of the 5. They're trying to combat this thing of the very high rating and trying to fix the arena their own way slowly with every patch or every reset is what it seems. But that being said, let me just show you on what happened on the reset where I got top 100 into Platinum. I definitely did not deserve top 100 with the teams that I was fighting, I want to say, in the final minutes. So we can also see the timer here on the bottom left. Here I was actually about, I want to say, 25 minutes before reset, all right, doing my fight. This was even before I got the CFE. So as I said 2 weeks ago, I was doing my normal fight, fighting to go up. These teams that you see here on defense are not really Plat defenses, but I was in Platinum, all right. 25 minutes before, I said, okay, I'll try to hold in there. It's top 500 now instead of top 300. So I do have reasonable champions. Look at that. I was actually just into Platinum with 22 minutes remaining. These were the teams that I was beating up. Nothing special really in terms of arena defenses. And I thought, okay, I'll obviously find the more difficult ones as I start climbing to about the top 400, because I knew that people were getting into Plat when they didn't really deserve to be into Plat. I switched a bit my defenses, testing things out with a hedgy on defense. These are actually normal defenses on the top, no, not the top of Plat, but I mean the 500, 400 defenses. These, you'll see them there, like Leorius. You're gonna see an Arbiter, you're gonna see Lydia's, not maybe just this one, but different versions of it. You'll see it around. Just very defensive teams usually is what holds more often than not, is what I've found. Okay, these teams right here, like a Duchess, Warlord on defense is very strong. Hedgies obviously, and also Prince Chimars can be very strong depending on how they're built, but this one must be very fast with the Necra there on defense. Probably Stone Skin, the Duchess there protecting the Cadraphon. You guys get it, right? So how did I get top 100 with these defenses? I was pushing, trying to do my best. You see there 5,738, and slowly pushing up as I was still in Platinum. I was like, okay, I'm beating the teams here. I'm hoping for a top 300, something like that. I think my top position before this was about top 200 when we had the top 300, right? And it was somewhere along those lines. I didn't ever have any other placement like this one, like the one I had this week. But let me just show you on how everything got messed up the final few minutes. So with about 11 minutes remaining, I was comfortably into Platinum. I was like, okay, I'm starting to find the more difficult ones. It makes sense. I'll try to find among these, you know, the strongest ones. But the problem with Platinum is that it didn't have that reset mechanic for the wins. It didn't have a minimum amount of defeats that you could do. So I would get attacked on my defense, because obviously my defense is not the best. I can confirm it for sure. I was getting defeats, and when you lose 10, 11, 9 points, like 5 times in a row, that's 50 points. You drop down. But remember, there was also players fighting their way up, but they were fighting against easier teams. They didn't have the loss limit. They actually had the loss limit, right? And basically, me without a loss limit, them with a loss limit, I would drop and they would hold, and then they would push up. And that's what happened with a lot of players these past 2 weeks. Okay, they would find players who were just maybe refreshing, find an easy 10 page, hold off for the final 10 minutes, and then push on that page, gain a big amount of points, and actually manage to finish at a good point within Platinum. Mine wasn't intentional. Like, I didn't understand on how everything would have ended up, because this was the first week we had the limit on losses. I think it was either the second one or the first week. I think it was the first week. But the fact remains that I was in Platinum. I was dropping a little bit, but I was also pushing, finding wins wherever I could, using a normal offense here with Hegemon, because I know that I'm not faster than many of my opponents in the Platinum. My arbiter was 364 actually, I think, in this video. Now I could have built her like a week later, 374. My CP now is 380, so a little bit boosted in terms of speed. But at the time of this video, I was quite slow, in my opinion, for pushing Plat. Okay, I could not go in there and say, okay, no Hedgie for this one. I know I'm faster. I don't know the names of my enemies like many people who constantly push for Plat. But I did my best here, and I was pushing like crazy. I got into Plat, and then about 8 minutes before, right? See my points here, 57.81. I was like, okay, just finding teams. These are very reasonable teams to beat. But again, going in with the Hedgie offense, because I don't know how fast they are. Let me just show you an example. This one would have been like a very close one. I don't even know from what I'm seeing right now if I would have been faster, but I see that his Kimi was speed tuned, right? So the Hedgie was pretty much required here. I don't even know if I won this one. Yeah, I did win this one, but I think no Hedgie, I would have lost this one. So the Hedgie decision on every fight was almost a requirement. And now, suddenly, being 5,780 points or something, I boom, right? After this win, I thought, okay, I'm still in Plat. Nope. 7 minutes behind, I was in gold 5, and I was like, what is happening? How am I in gold 5? I've been winning. In my head, I was winning more than I was losing for sure. So I shouldn't be, like, I didn't understand what was happening in the background with everybody in the bottom of gold 5. So I was like, okay, I don't even know I don't even know what I didn't fight that single defense. I think that was a single defense. Wasn't it a single defense? Like, I fought this one, did a refresh or something. I think I saw a single defense there, and I didn't fight this one. I was stressed out a little bit. I think I was stressed out a little bit there. But anyway, I kept on pushing and fighting these easy teams. All right, this one is a pretty easy team. Ray, Deacon, Valkyrie. I mean, this team is not. It doesn't deserve to be on the edge of Platinum, pushing to get into Platinum. All right, these were easy points. Look at me. I was pushing, but you'll see the points there for the bottom of Plat. They were also going out. So I was like, okay, I need to keep on fighting these teams, because maybe not even this one. This one probably was like a bad decision because of all the resist. I should have gone with a lead on Ramantu there, get more accuracy, and go in there and actually apply the buff removal and the passive block by Ramantu there. So this was like a bad fight. I always record these because I want to see my bad moves and just understand, okay, what did I do wrong here? Could I have done something different? What am I missing from my account? I know that I'm missing gear, but other than that, you know, it's also practicing against teams and knowing what team is best, and also finding other people who do this at the same time as you. So you talk with them and play more. You talk with each other on strategies against specific defenses and how to combat them. That's the way it goes for PvP. So, like, remember, 6 minutes before, I was fighting these easy teams, and I was still very behind. And I was like, I won't even land into Plat. But remember, I spoiled it for you guys. This was a top 100 finish, right? Top 100 finish. And I was still struggling right here, but I was pushing. And as I was pushing, everybody else was pushing too. Finding these teams, I even went with a hedgy here. This team, I would have probably have been first. Even like with the Keimer lead there, this guy had a skin. I would have probably have been first. Again, this one, not very ideal to always use hedgy, because you basically limit yourself because you know you're slower. But that's the way to combat the faster teams. Really, either hedgy or a Valkyrie. That's the way to go. The easiest way to go, at least, compared to like going with the defensive team, which is gonna take a lot of time for you to farm and push through. All right, so here I was still 5 minutes behind. Let's just move on a little bit forward. Fighting these teams, these were quite easy teams. Like my avatar was changing into Plat, but I wasn't actually Plat, right? Because remember, the bottom was changing. I was like, I'll never finish Plat. 3 minutes remaining, pushing the relatively easier team. This was okay. Double Magnar for some reason. This was easy, but remember, I'm still pushing 2 minutes 30 and gaining some. Okay, I think here is where I got into Plat. All right, let's see the timer here. 5,821 with a minute 51 remaining. What happened there? Let's see. This is like a pretty easy defense. Boom. Trunda should go now, and we should see like a solid burst, take them all out. No swift parry, I believe. And those annoying defenses. Look at that. One thing that I changed since then is using my immunity Trunda more, because stuff like a Sifi on defense is very annoying with her A1 that she would do. So here I was actually in platinum, which I was surprised with. Because of just one win, I was in platinum. Okay, I thought, okay, maybe top 400 with being into platinum, 1 minute behind. Obviously, people in my head were way above me. So 5,839. And then I was just trying to find relatively easier teams. I didn't want to go against the hedgies. Like if you see a page of 9 hedgies and one with no hedgy, I would go to the other one. Like this one's a pretty easy defense and Plat to fight, right? So I pushed against this one. 45 seconds remaining. Refreshed. I found these easy teams. Boom. I think this was probably my last one, and I must have won that. 15 seconds remaining. 5,858. Kept on refreshing, by the way, and using my fights. But then I went into a fight just random. These are quite top teams. The top players have the teams to comfortably beat these ones, but me, I would have to think about more going into these fights. I would have to be comfortable with the accuracy of my champions and of course the damage that I could push. But these teams are just crazy to see on defenses. And well, basically that was it. This was my final fight, I think, and it took quite a while. Just look at all the resists, by the way. The resists are insane. I have 600 or so accuracy. Like boom, that was my final defense. I had victories right here, but it wasn't like this victory right here gave me some points, but I believe this one was after the reset. So I think I had one victory here against this ET guy, then 2 defeats in the final 10 minutes or so. So I think that helped in me getting top 100. All right, but you have seen that like the teams that I fought the final 3 minutes to get me into Plat have by no way any resemblance of the teams that I saw on defense the final few seconds where I actually reached the top 100. And then this is where I pick up and collect the Plat reward, and I was like, okay, where did I land? Did I land into top 500 or something, top 300? And boom, 94th. I get these rewards, and I was like, wow, just top 100, you still get this. No, not even a shard or something, platinum. That is so sad. And the avatar should have been guaranteed, by the way, for top 100. I have already one of them, but yeah, I'm just saying that this was it. This was my push, guys. This was my push. Quite quite the thing to see in the final 3 minutes, going from no plat to top 100. But as I said, I know it's not what it should be, right? And hopefully they'll fix it, because that's where the end game players, the whales, are competing. All right, you want the whales to be competing, you want the whales to be happy, you want the whales to be spending. The more they spend, the more Plarium is happy, and they are comfortable with giving free stuff to the free-to-play and whoever else. All right, this was the video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. How was your plat push, if you've ever done one? Let me know down below. Are you pushing this Monday? And let it, of course, down below in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.